Hey guys, it's Greg. I'm out in the backyard to give you a quick shot of what the hops look like this year. These are the brand new ones that I just pulled the clippings from and started these. These are fresh starters this year. So we're just getting them up the strings. All those come from clippings I took off of these. Now, I guess these have been in about, I don't know, probably 3-4 years now. And they're really bushy. I need to trim them back, but they're already starting to. That one right there is over 6 feet tall already, and this is just the second week of May. I think it's the 7th. Today's the 7th, I think. But everything's coming along good, guys. Looking real good. Let's go see what's in the fridge. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping by Greg's Beer Reviews today. Today's beer is another one from Johan over from the Netherlands he sent me. Now this is V-U-R-R and V-L-A-M. Now I don't know, I'm just an old redneck country boy. I'm not an international traveler and I'm not sure how to pronounce this. I don't know if it's Vuur and Vlam or the V is not pronounced over there. It's just and Lam. Guys, I'm sure I'll get some comments back on this one on how to pronounce this, but that's the name of it. I'm thinking it's and Lam, so the V is silent, so I may be wrong there, guys. The pertinent information on here, it is a 6.2% alcohol. The EBUs on this one was 42.6, which are European bittering units instead of IBUs. And I don't know, forgive my ignorance, but I don't know if that's the same as IBUs or what. So for an IPA, 40-some doesn't sound very strong. So got the date here on the back. This is 11/29 of 2011. So this was done in November 29th, the end of November. December, January, February, March, April. This beer is about 5 months old and it's an IPA, so we shan't tally very much longer on this one and get it in a glass. It should have been drank probably a month or two, maybe even 3 ago. So the IPAs are much better when they're fresh than they are after they set. And you guys, y'all hear me harp on that all the time. But I am not harping at Johan. I appreciate him sending this to me and letting me get a chance to taste it. It just happened that it worked out. I got it when I did, and he could get it when he did. So we'll work on getting some fresher beers on the next go around. So let's see how that goes, guys. Rotating schedule on this, it says from the American IPA, 6.2%. De Molen beer, and they're in the Netherlands, like I said. Food pairing cuisine is like it is on all the IPAs. It's curry to Thai. The cheeses are the peppery Monterey, pepper jack, sharp, blue. Your more pungent cheeses, Gorgonzola, Limburger. And the meat for this is fish, shellfish, and salmon, and grilled meat. Your steaks, chops, and burgers, all that stuff go well for your IPAs. Glassware is a pint, Becker's, stein, the mug. Without anything you want to pour it into something though. Don't drink it out of the bottle. And it's not recommended for cellaring, extended cellaring, 6.2%. It will keep for a couple of years more than likely, but the hops will fade. So I hope they haven't faded too much on this one. So let's get this one open and get it into the glass. And they have this bottle is full. The beer is all the way up to the bottom of the neck there, so not a lot of air space in there. I'm going to pour it fairly easy on the beginning of the pour and then come in heavier on the back end. That gives us our head. Look at that. Alright, there's it. So you can see into it. This one is not quite as cloudy as the one we did yesterday. I didn't look in the bottle. It does have a little bit of sediment in the bottom of this one too, but it did not cloud up like the one that we had yesterday. Looks pretty good in the glass. It's got some bubbles trimming up from the bottom. Like I said, with the back end pour there, we got us a good finger of head. Looks pretty good in the glass. Nice foamy, creamy head on top. mostly white. And it is a tangerine, a golden to tangerine color, right in between. Not quite as dark as the one we had yesterday, I don't think. Plus this is a little clearer too. Let's get a nose on this one. I am getting hop presence, but the amount of hops that they use on this should be a much stronger nose than what I'm getting. They use, the bittering hops is Galena, and they use a late hop, Chinook, Cascade, Simcoe, and Amarillo, and then it's dry hop with Cascade. So with that amount of hops, and it's there. I mean, I'm getting a hop presence, but it should be an overwhelming hop presence. This was put in on the 29th of November. If I'd have had this in December or January, it would have been a lot bigger nose on this than it has now. It's getting to the back end of the hop. And this is just my opinion, guys. I mean, this is just what I've experienced. We've done like a nugget nectar that's been refrigerated and been a year old compared to a fresh one, and it's night and day difference. And there are going to be some variances in the batch, between the brews and the batches, but it was definitely a hop diminishing on the one that was a year old, even though it had been in the fridge that long. This smells wonderful. I mean, it's got a really, really, really floral, citrusy, grapefruit. I mean, this is more, I'm getting a little pine in this too. Smells pretty good. It really does. I can just imagine what it would have smelled like in December. Wow. Johan, thanks again, buddy. Cheers, everybody. This one's a little more effervescent on the tongue than the one we had yesterday. Another very easy drinking IPA. It is not bitter. It is the 42 IBUs may be correct. Very lightweight on the tongue. It's almost bubbly on the tongue. Very unusual. To me, this would definitely have been better in December and January than it is now. I got a feeling this had a much stronger hop presence than it does right now, in the taste and in the aroma. Very light on the tongue, I will give it that. A real good nose on this one, but I think the one we had yesterday had just a little more taste as far as malt character and actually tasting the hops in it. This one is just a little more effervescent and weaker in the hop presence. It's not quite as bitter as the one we had yesterday. Still very easy to drink. Very sessionable, no alcohol presence whatsoever, just like yesterday. 6.2, and I don't taste any whatsoever, so very well hidden. Guys, before I ramble on and just sip all this right in front of you, I'm going to let the other half sip some of it and see what she thinks of it, and I'll be right back. We'll do the final jug on this one. Above average beer. I don't know if it's in the A category. I'm on the fence here. Let's see where we end up. Stick around. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around. Got just a little bit left. This beer is very effervescent on the tongue. It's just bubbly as it can be. And I'm afraid it's a couple of months past its prime. It's still good, but it just probably would have been better in December and January than it is here at the end of April, almost May. So, well, it may be May by the time this is. I'm several beer reviews ahead, trying to get some of these beers that people have sent me. So, very nice beer though. I mean, it's a pleasant beer for something that I can't get, or hardly anybody can get unless you live outside the United States. It's very pleasant. I'm glad I got to try it. Final chug, guys. Very nice. Other than not being as fresh as it needed to be, I don't find any fault with this beer. Very easy drinking, very sessionable, no alcohol presence whatsoever. I'm sure it had a very strong grapefruity, floral, maybe even piney with that. With the Simcoe and the Amarillo, two of my favorite hops there. I love beers, especially being dry hop with Cascade too. I grow Cascade out back here, and that is a very pleasant hop. Can't get Simcoe yet, but Cascade. I don't have any Amarillo either. I might check into getting some Amarillo rhizomes and plant some of that. So, guys, it's pretty tasty beer. It's definitely an A beer. I'm gonna give it an 8. It's A minus. I'd like to have a fresher bottle of this next time it's produced, but like I said, I'm at the mercy of whoever is willing to send it to me, or unless I want to get on the internet and order it. And there are plenty of places that you can get these kind of beers and sent to you. So, Johan, thanks again for sending this one to me. I'm glad I got to try it. I just wish it had been a tad fresher than November on an IPA. So, it was delicious, guys. Great Beer has 97 overall and 96 in the style. So, pretty damn impressive marks from those guys. And Beer Evan comes up with an 87, which is on the upper end of their 80s, which I consider that pretty good beer. So, it's between a B plus and an A minus beer, guys. Pretty impressive. If I was over across the pond and probably couldn't get too hoppy of a beer, this would probably settle my appetite. So, guys, that being said, if you've had it, let me know, and let me know what you think of it. And the people that are watching around the world that can actually get this beer probably, and let me know what you think of it, guys. Johan, I appreciate you sending it to me again. Guys, I'm going to get out of here. If you need an opener, you know what to do. Shirt, let's go look at the fridge tomorrow. Join me then.